As we stated previously earlier, we got our special sitting guest, Mr. Vince from Wild Black Podcast.
Yes.
While we at it, just give a brief description of what your podcast is about, sir.
Hey man, Wild Black is about life, Wild Black, everything black, anything that we as black folks are doing in this country. We are talking, teaching, creating awareness, creating inspiration. It's just a good time to come in and be black.
It's a good time to come in and be black.
Good time.
I like that little segue right there. It's a good time to come in and be black.
Yeah, appreciate that.
How did y'all come up with that title, Wild Black? Like, what made you pick that?
So I work in corporate America, and at the time I was working at Walmart corporate. Mike Brown had been murdered, and I was at work and I was watching, I think it was Fox News, something at work, right? And they were showing the unrest in the streets, and there were 3 white women behind me, and I knew 2 of them really, really well. And they looked at the screen and they were thinking, well, they were saying out loud, like, what's going on? What happened? One of them said, I think someone won a championship. And it struck me. I was like, how the fuck do you not know what's happening?
A championship?
Right. That's disturbing.
What it showed me was that we live in their world, but they don't live in ours.
Facts.
Right? So this was going on that was affecting me to my core. I've got 2 young children, right?
Right.
And this was something that was on my mind every single day. And they didn't have a clue. Yet I knew all the shit going on in their world.
Right.
I lived in it. And my first step out was I took my social media and I kind of just flipped it into this social justice lightning rod to inject blackness into their world. Because I sat next to CEOs and CMOs or whatnot, people who had money, white folks who had influence. And I started to chip away at their world and just show them, expose them to mine. And I made progress, right? I made progress. People started asking me questions, but I always noticed it would be in the hallway after a meeting was over, one-on-one, hey, how can I help? What can I do?
Right. Under the sheet kind of thing.
And it kind of irked me, right? And I was like, you know what? I no longer want to invest in them to understand us. I want to invest in us to understand us.
Facts.
Right.
And that's where Life Wild Black came from. It's all about teaching us, whether it's mental illness, how to survive the police, how you can flip a career in porn into an empire. It's literally like, let's go inspire you to build. We do it all.
So do you feel like with the type of genre your podcast falls into, do you feel like this is kind of a fad, the fake woke? I think we even talked about it one time.
We did.
It went viral. Yeah. We talked about how it's just like a thing now for everybody to be so woke. It's like, I think P. Fine even said, y'all need to go back to sleep.
Should woke people go to damn sleep?
That was what she said.
Like,
do you find that now that you've caught, you know, it's kind of a thing now. You have the t-shirts and everything. Do you think it's kind of something that's become a fad as opposed to actual action that people are trying to?
There's levels to wokeness, right?
Right.
It's like some people who are really awake and woke and making moves and changing the narrative, and there's some people who they might have an eye open, right? You say you woke, but you're not, right? And so it's almost like I take advantage of the situation. Right now, the shit is being talked about in the media every day. It's on t-shirts. People are selling mugs. They're talking about it. So while they're talking, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity to break through the clutter. And while it's happening, I can make something better.
Yeah.
And while it's
like Angela Rice says, work woke. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like actually do the work to be woke.
Absolutely.
It's more than just the t-shirt slogan.
And I just want to just piggyback real quick, then we can get in hip-hop trivia. Personally, woke does not mean all black, nothing else.
Right.
My issue with a lot of people that are or proclaim to be awake is that you want people to understand your point of view, but then you shut down at the thought of somebody else's point of view.
Right.
It has to be your way or no way. And I'm like, okay, well, we not going to get nowhere.
I tell woke black folks, listen, if you're a woke black folk, but at the same time you got a problem that Jamal got married on Empire, shut up. Like, don't talk to me. I need all my people with me, not just
some of them.
The straight, dark-skinned brothers. I need every black, white, skinny, tall, fat, gay, lesbian. I don't care what you do. Get with me. Let's go win this.
Let's go.
I just have one last question. Like being in that field, like the so-called, you know, the black empowerment. You sometimes have to take a mental break.
100.
I think that's important for people to do that are in that field. Like, take a mental break. It lets you, it allows you to actually look at the world. It actually,
everyday life.
You do. You have to actually look at the work and the progress you have made so you can know how to go back into it, because some people are just going and they're not even looking at what they've already done and accomplished. They're just going, and that's how people get burnt out.
Well, the problem is people hear the title Wild Black and they automatically make the assumption of the negativity. They automatically make the assumption of police while black. So when I get to that point, because I'm constantly being bombarded with stuff. We got about 30,000 listeners, so I'm constantly being bombarded with, did you see this article? Can you shout this out? Can you talk about this? So when it happens, you'll see me flip the theme, right? You'll see me do an episode on porn. You'll see me do an episode on black women are superheroes. Because it helps me to inject something a little bit different from the struggle. Because being black is not always the struggle, right? That's just a portion of it. We are multifaceted people.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to talk about us in that way.
Right. Because everybody struggles, not just black people.
Right.
Every ethnicity struggles.
Right.
Although ours is unique, everybody has a struggle.
So,
Yeah.
So let's get a round of applause for Vince.
Appreciate that.
Wow, black, man. Dope podcast, man.
Go check us out, all platforms, baby.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be marketed, and I just
Me
like
too.
the movement, man.
Right.
Well, I
I did
appreciate
too.
y'all making a space for me to be up here today.
Oh, no doubt,
No
man. It's all
problem.
love over here. No advice. You know how we do.
You're now locked in 718
Wake up, this is your broadcast. Listen up, wake up, this is your broadcast. Tune into them vibes, we giving all that. You know, school in session and we ain't giving no hall pass. So,